Many of us wonder how we will react when the time comes to face our own mortality. For the Princess of Wales, that reality began in February when, following a 2E hospital stay for abdominal surgery, doctors revealed cancer had been found in her body at the age of 42, and a mother of 3 young children, Catherine, was thrust into an unknown world which gave no guarantees and held no respect. For her role as a future queen, the princess is at a pivotal moment in her life, and she's ready to resume her responsibilities in the monarchy. After completing her cancer treatment over the past few months, she has prioritized her health and the well-being of her 3 children, which has been her main focus. Halloween is just around the corner, and according to reports, the Prince and Princess of Wales are planning on spending plenty of time with their children, for the most part British royals do not celebrate this occasion. But the mother of 3 is said to enjoy decorating and celebrating the spooky holiday with Prince George, Louis, and Princess Charlotte. The Wales kids are on a 2E break from school set to end Monday, November 4th, which the princess intends to make extra special this year. After months of battling cancer, the Princess of Wales reportedly made one very ordinary dash to her local branch on Sainsbury at the Hardwick Industrial Estate, Norfolk, casually browsing the aisles. Catherine's low-key appearance with Prince George and Princess Charlotte left one fellow shopper saying that she couldn't believe it. In an interview after the trip, she was heard chatting to her children about their ideas for their costumes before being seen using the self-service checkout alongside a bodyguard, according to Kathy Whitaker, a mother of 4 who was quoted after she spotted them saying. Another shopper said that Catherine was in the shop near the clothing and pointed where she was. To me, I just couldn't believe it. She was with Charlotte and George, looking at Halloween outfits by her bodyguard, and he was kind of watching people with phones and telling them no pictures despite the bodyguard's plea. Kathy claimed that she did manage to get a photograph of the family in the store. You just don't expect it to happen. You think the princess would shop at Wait Rose or Heroes. In the past, Middleton had shown herself to be a fan of Halloween traditions. Last year, for instance, she reportedly took her 3 children trick-or-treating in their local area. Apparently, the Middletons' appreciation for the spooky season probably dates all the way back to her childhood, when her own mother Carol likely took her and her brother James and sister Pippa trick-or-treating. Of course, the royal family's Halloween plans may look a little different than the usual. This year, Middleton is still recovering from undergoing a round of chemotherapy. Earlier this year, this break gives the family the perfect opportunity to organize a special vacation, according to the British press. Although Prince William has a number of royal engagements, it is anticipated that he will lessen his load in the coming weeks while the children are at home. As for his wife, she's unlikely to take on more royal duties until at least November, allowing her to fully enjoy this time with her family. The 3 Wales children are likely to spend a large part of their vacation with their cousins on the Middleton side who reside nearby. Their paternal grandmother, the late Diana, Princess of Wales, was known to enjoy Halloween, particularly when it came to her sons Prince William and Harry. She would dress them up in costumes and even take them trick-or-treating when they were young. She reportedly enjoyed making the holiday fun for them, just like any other mother. Harry has been known to enjoy All Hallows Eve, especially during his time living in California. The Sussexes reportedly spent a quiet Halloween together during these early days of their relationship, which allowed them to remain under the radar before the romance went public. After moving to the U.S., the couple likely enjoy celebrating the holiday with their children Archie and Lilliet and their maternal grandmother Dor of Ragland. While there may not be public Halloween parties within the royal court, some of the palaces and residences, such as Windsor Castle, sometimes host Halloween-themed events for the public. These include ghost tourist and spooky activities, particularly for children, to bring a touch of Halloween surprise. Prince William and Princess Catherine made a rare appearance on The Good, the Bad, and the Rugby podcast with Mike Tyndall, hosted by the former rugby star and Williams' cousin-in-law. The episode gave fans a refreshing look at the couple's down-to personalities and candid perspectives, leaving many wishing they could hear even more of the uncut conversation. According to Mike, the raw and filtered moments from the interview shows a side of William and Catherine that few ever see the whole interview would have really shocked the public, Mike hinted, referring to the more relaxed and offbeat sides of the prince and the princess. It's got so much personality. I wish they would let us release the full unused version because it would surprise people, he shared with enthusiasm. Fans of the Royal Mo, Mike's affectionate nickname for the podcast Royal Content, were fascinated by the idea of an uncut version that shows a more relatable, humorous side of the royals. Mike wrote of the Prince and Princess of Wales appearance that came across us down-to-earth, fully engaged, funny, and knowledgeable. He continued, it was a far more enlightening chat than I expected. Not because I thought they'd be dull, I already knew they weren't, but because I know how everything to do with the royal family is so carefully controlled. However, listeners didn't get to hear everything Catherine and William recorded for the show, which Mike regrets. I think the podcast humanized them a little bit, and I kind of wish they'd let us put the uncut version out because it would have blown the public away. He explained the episode highlights not only William and Catherine's strong family values, but also their desire to convey important life lessons to three children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. At one point, Prince William spoke openly about teaching his children resilience and the importance of good sportsmanship, a value he believes is often overlooked. Learn how to lose. William emphasized, it's something we need really to focus on today. I think people don't know how to lose well for our children. I want to make sure they understand it. Catherine was equally candid, sharing how they strive to keep their children grounded, emphasizing that their role as parents includes preparing them for all aspects of life. The interview struck a chord with listeners who rarely get to hear William and Catherine speak so openly about their family values. Their discussion highlighted a shared sense of humor, humility, and an honest approach to parenting that made the conversation stand out. Even though listeners miss out on the full version, the release episode revealed Catherine and William's genuine connection, showcasing their humor and relatability. Fans were especially captivated by the playful banter between the couple, where Catherine shared stories that hinted at William's humorous side and competitive spirit. The episode provided a glimpse of the supported partnership they share, balancing royal responsibilities in a close family life. This appearance not only broke through the traditional view of royal reserve, but also emphasized the couple's commitment to passing on these grounded values, with a loyal fan base eagerly hoping for more unfiltered moments. The demand for more candid appearances like this one is only growing. Fans are now excited to see how William and Catherine's genuine, down-to-earth personalities will continue to shine in future engagements and perhaps another podcast episode. For now, Mike's tantalizing comments about the uncut version leaves fans wishing for just a bit more with this podcast episode. Prince William and Princess Catherine brought a fresh, modern approach to public life, leaving audiences with the hope that we may not one day hear the full story. The episode is only fueled excitement for Catherine and William's future public appearances, with fans eagerly awaiting more candid conversations and real-life moments. After all, as the couple gracefully balances royal life with the challenges of raising a family, it's these glimpses of warmth and authenticity that endear them to the fury after Australian protester posts beheaded Charles. Cartoon King Charles was faced with a protester who berated him after his landmark speech to Australia's parliament, and has now posted a vile cartoon showing the monarch beheaded. The Australian protester, who overshadowed King Charles's speech in Australia earlier today and accused him of genocide, now posted a cartoon showing the monarch beheaded. Indigenous Australian Senator Lydia Thorpe made headlines on Monday after she told the king that Australia is not his land and shouted, "You committed genocide against our people." Miss Thorpe waited until the end of a landmark speech Charles gave at Australia's Parliament House in the nation's capital of Canberra to verbally attack him, saying, "You are not our king. You are not sovereign. Give us our land back. Give us what you stole from us, our babies, our people. You destroyed our land." Hello viewers, please remember to subscribe and click on the notifications bell icon so you will be notified whenever we upload new cookies about the British royal family. After there was escorted out of the chamber, the senator went on to repost a cartoon showing the king's head Lying next to a crown, the cartoon was originally posted by Matt Shan, founding editor of the Sunday paper. Miss Thorpe was severely criticized for her confrontation by her colleague, Australian Senator Ralph Baber, who called her actions disgusting, saying, "I condemn in the strongest possible terms the actions of Senator Lydia Thorpe today at Parliament House, where she verbal abuse at our King to show such utter disrespect to King Charles, who has traveled sick to Australia despite ongoing cancer treatment, is disgusting. Senator Thorpe has disgraced not only herself and the Australian Parliament, but every Australian man, woman, and child." Charles was said to be unruffled by the long protester. Queen Camilla looked radiant in a knee-length silk blue and white dress by her favorite designer Fiona Clare as she greeted crowds in Canberra alongside King Charles. The royal couple's quick visit to Canberra on their second day of official appearances in Australia was swift, but met mostly with excitement from the thousands of people who had lined up to greet the royal. Fans have gone wild for Camilla's beautiful dress, with Her Majesty wearing a full-sleeved pale blue and white print long dress with delicate patterning, exclusive the Australian senator who disrupted King Charles's landmark speech at Australia's Parliament House is now facing calls to resign following the latest stunt, which has been largely criticized worldwide. Lydia Thorpe, who is the first Aboriginal senator for the state of Victoria and frequently campaigns on First Nations issues, shocked the world with her outburst on Monday during the second full day of engagements for King Charles and Queen Camilla. Now, Australia's monarchists have urged her to resign, as they vowed to do all things necessary to kick her out of Parliament. Proudly addressing Australia's Parliament in Canberra, King Charles wore an impressive array of medals and badges as he called on Australia to take a leadership role in the fight against climate change. King Charles called the growing intensity of bushfires and floods in the country an unmistakable sign of a warming planet. The King, on the second day of his Australia and Samoa tour with Queen Camilla, wore a dark blue suit with a full metal bar pinned to the left side of his jacket. The King and Queen Camilla made their way separately to the rainforest gully as Charles walked down a path of uneven stairs with the head of the garden's daughter Rebecca Peel, but the monarch tripped slightly as he did not see a step leading down to a viewing platform. A water dragon captured the Queen's attention while National Botanic Garden on Monday afternoon. Camilla 77 spotted the lizard on the grass and bent down to take a closer look at its angular head, high horn scales, and flattened tail. Wearing a white and blue Fiona clear dress that she changed into after visiting Parliament House, Her Majesty spent several minutes marveling over the small reptile before continuing her tour. The gardens, located on the lower slopes of the Black Mountain in Canberra, boast the world's most comprehensive display of living Australian native plants and are the center of Australian biodiversity research. The Queen spoke to a selection of volunteers about the Bankia species from the gardens before joining school children in nature-based educational activities. "It's extraordinary," she exclaimed. Asked how her trip was so far, she said, "It's been wonderful. It's very nice to be here in the gardens, and the weather is perfect." King Charles was defended by another Australian senator after his speech at the country's Parliament House was overshadowed by a protest. The monarch was slammed by Australian Senator Lydia Thorpe earlier today, who told him, "You are not my king," and demand a treaty between Australia's First Nations and its government. But her disruption was not well received by some of her colleagues, including Senator Ralph Baber, who responded to her confrontation and called it disgusting. King Charles hit with petty insults from Australia just days before royal tour. Monarchists in Australia have accused state premier of insulting King Charles and Queen Camilla after they declined to attend a welcome reception for the pair. Charles, 75, who has visited Australia 16 times, has put his cancer treatment on hold to ensure the 6-day trip can go ahead alongside the Queen. The King will attend a range of events aimed at fostering relationships between communities. The visit includes a reception in Canberra later this week, but the 6-state premier of New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland, Western Australia, South Australia, and Tasmania have said they are unable to attend. Bev MacArthur of the Australian Monarchist League said the premier's actions were insulting. She added they should just take off their Republican hats, make the short trip to Canberra, say hi, And thank you for coming to Australia. Victoria's Premier Genta Allen said she could not attend because she had a cabinet. Meeting her deputy Ben Carroll also refused the invitation, meaning Allen's parliamentary secretary Stowes will represent the state Queensland Premier. Stephen Miles said he could not attend because he was currently working on his election campaign, while Tasmanian Premier Jeremy Rockcliffe said he was on a U.S. trade mission. South Australian Premier Peter Malin-Orkar and New South Wales Premier Chris Minns also said they were attending a cabinet meeting. A spokesperson for Western Australia's Premier Roger Cooks said he had other commitments. Bev MacArthur told the BBC the failure of state premier to attend the reception in Canberra is completely indefensible. She accused them of jester low politics and said she remains unconvinced by the excuses from the regional heads of government, adding it was petty and inhospitable. Charles and Camilla are due to arrive in Australia on Friday. They will be heading to Sydney and Canberra, where protests are planned in a nation recently branded the most woke country in the world. It also comes as a new poll in Australia showed support for the monarchy remains high as the king set to embark on a historic tour of the country on Friday. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and drop comments, and most importantly, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the grandeur of Buckingham Palace, the glittering chandeliers, and the echo of footsteps in the hallowed halls. Now picture a scene straight out of a royal drama where the beloved Kate Middleton and the venerable King Charles are at odds. Sounds like a plot twist from The Crown, right? But this is no fictional tale. It's the latest buzz from the royal grapevine, and it's got everyone talking. Welcome viewers to my channel. Please subscribe, like my video, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next update. Before we dive into the heart of the matter, let's take a step back and understand the key players. The British royal family, with its centuries-old traditions and modern-day challenges, is a fascinating blend of history and contemporary relevance. King Charles, the eldest son of Queen Elizabeth II, ascended the throne after her passing. Kate Middleton, the Duchess of Cambridge, married Prince William and has since become a beloved figure in the UK and beyond. So what's the scoop? Reports suggest that Kate Middleton and King Charles are not doing very well, but what does that mean? Is it a minor disagreement blown out of proportion, or is there a deeper, more significant issue at play? Let's explore the possible reasons behind this alleged rift. One of the most plausible explanations could be the generational divide. King Charles, born in 1948, has seen the world change dramatically over the decades. His approach to royal duties in public life is deeply rooted in tradition. On the other hand, Kate Middleton, born in 1982, represents a more modern, progressive outlook. Could this difference in perspectives be causing friction? The media plays a crucial role in shaping public perception. Tabloids and news outlets often sensationalize stories to grab attention. Could the reports of a rift be exaggerated? It's essential to take such news with a grain of salt and consider the possibility of media manipulation. Family dynamics are complex, and the royal family is no exception, with multiple generations living under intense public scrutiny. Misunderstandings and disagreements are bound to happen. How do Kate and Charles navigate these challenges? Are there underlying issues that the public isn't privy to? The royal family's public image is paramount. Any hint of discord can have significant repercussions. How are Kate and Charles managing their public appearances amidst these rumors? Are they putting on a united front, or is the tension palpable? Prince William, as both Kate's husband and Charles' son, is in a unique position. How is he handling the situation? Is he acting as a mediator, or is he caught in the middle of the alleged rift? His role could be crucial in resolving any differences. The British monarchy has survived for centuries by adapting to changing times. How will this alleged rift impact its future? Will it lead to significant changes in how the royal family operates, or will it be a minor blip in its long history? History is replete with examples of royal conflicts, from Henry VII's tumultuous reign to the abdication crisis of Edward VII. The British monarchy has weathered many storms. What lessons can be learned from these past events? How can they be applied to the current situation? Public support is a vital asset for the royal family. How are Kate and Charles faring In the court of public opinion, are the people rallying behind them, or is there a growing sense of disillusionment? Public sentiment can significantly influence the outcome of this situation. In today's digital age, social media as a powerful tool. How are Kate and Charles using platforms like Instagram and Twitter to shape their narratives? Are they leveraging these platforms to address the rumors and connect with the public? Effective communication is key to resolving any conflict. How are communicating with each other and with the public? Are there any official statements or interviews that shed light on their relationship? What steps can be taken to mend the alleged rift? Are there any upcoming events or initiatives that could help bridge the gap between Kate and Charles? The way forward will require careful navigation and a willingness to find common ground. The British monarchy is steeped in tradition, but it also faces the challenge of staying relevant in a rapidly changing world. How do Kate and Charles balance these two forces? Is there a clash between upholding age-old customs and embracing modern values? External factors such as political pressures and public expectations can also play a role in royal relationships. How are these influences affecting Kate and Charles? Are there external pressures that are exacerbating their differences? Understanding the psychological dynamics at play can provide deeper insights into the alleged rift. How do personality traits, stress, and emotional resilience factor into the relationship between Kate and Charles? Are there psychological strategies that could help them navigate their differences? Behind every royal figure is a team of advisors and confidants. How are these individuals influencing the situation? Are they helping to mediate and resolve conflict, or are they adding to the tension? The younger generation of royals, including Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, are growing up in the public eye. How is the alleged rift between Kate and Charles impacting them? What lessons are they learning from this situation? Public appearances are a significant aspect of royal life. How are Kate and Charles managing their public duties amidst the rumors? Are they using these appearances to project unity, or is there visible tension? The financial aspect of the monarchy is often a topic of public interest. How are financial considerations playing into the alleged rift? Are there disagreements over funding expenditures or financial priorities? Both Kate and Charles are deeply involved in charity work. How is this aspect of their lives being affected by the alleged rift? Are there collaborative projects that could help bridge their differences? Public opinion can be a powerful force. How are Kate and Charles responding to the public's reaction to the rumors? Are they taking steps to address public concerns and rebuild trust? Personal values and beliefs can significantly influence relationships. How do Kate and Charles's values align or differ? Are there fundamental differences that are contributing to the alleged rift? Empathy is crucial in any relationship. How are Kate and Charles demonstrating empathy towards each other? Are there moments of understanding and compassion that could help resolve their differences? Cultural differences, even within the same country, can impact relationships. How are Kate and Charles navigating any cultural differences that may exist between them? Are there cultural factors that are influencing their relationship? Royal duties are demanding and often stressful. How is the alleged rift affecting Kate and Charles's ability to perform their duties? Are there specific responsibilities that are being impacted? Public relations strategies can play a significant role in shaping public perception. How are Kate and Charles's PR teams handling the situation? Are there specific strategies being employed to manage the rumors and maintain a positive image? Resilience is key to overcoming challenges. How are Kate and Charles demonstrating resilience in the face of the alleged rift? Are there specific actions or attitudes that are helping them navigate this difficult time? Personal growth and development can influence relationships. How are Kate and Charles growing and evolving as individuals? Are there opportunities for personal growth that could help resolve their differences? Royal protocol dictates many aspects of royal life. How is the alleged rift affect in adherence to protocol? Are there specific protocols that are being challenged or revealed?